Hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again today for another edition of DC Extra Innings. And since we're in what should have been sectional week, let's go back to the sectional of 2012, 1A sectional play at Cowan High School. Semifinal matchup on a hot, muggy Memorial Day between Daleville, the visiting team, and Southern Wells, who was the home team. Coming in, it seemed like a fairly nondescript matchup. You wouldn't go in expecting to see what we saw that day, but it was a fabulous game. Scoreless through 3 innings, 1-1 through 4. Broncos get a run in the 5th, another in the 6th. They go on to win 3-1. No big deal, right? Wrong. This game featured a combined 29 strikeouts, 11 by Seth Bieberstein, the Raider starter that day. He also walked 9, which was his undoing eventually. But the most impressive performance that day was by Daleville's Taylor Clark, who came into the game with decent numbers, but nothing that would make you think you were about to see what he did that day. All he did was strike out 18 batters. And it was kind of interesting how it happened. The Broncos bat in the top of the 1st, and Bieberstein strikes out the side. Bugs Bunny, 1, 2, 3, you're out. Well, it was on. Taylor Clark goes to the mound, strikes out the first batter of the game for the Raiders. Then, for whatever reason, Taylor Clark throws 8 straight balls, walks back-to-back hitters. Daniel Hansen, the Daleville coach at the time, takes a mound visit. 1 out into the bottom of the 1st. Don't know what he said? I'll bet it was interesting. Goes back to the dugout. Taylor Clark strikes out the next 2 hitters. First inning over. Goose eggs. 6 outs. 6 Ks. Interesting start. Well, Taylor Clark kept right on going. He struck out the side in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, and 6th innings. At one point, he struck out 9 batters in a row, the equivalent of striking out the whole batting order in a row. He struck out the final 2 men of the game, and only 3 balls were put in play the entire game by the Raiders. One was a double by Michael Stample. The other were outs. So it was just one of those days where something clicked at just the right time for Taylor Clark. He started throwing a slider that the Raider hitters just could not touch. And he rode that all the way to a 1-hitter with 18 punch-outs. One of the most impressive things I've ever seen a high school pitcher do. And as I said earlier, with him and Bieberstein combining their efforts, 29 of the outs in the game. A regulation 7-inning game with 42 outs in it. 29 were by K. It was something to see. And for the fans who braved the heat that day, it was hot and muggy and miserable where there wasn't any shade. The fans cooked, but Taylor Clark put one in the books for the ages. That'll do it for today's DC Extra Innings. I'm Brian Beaver. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed the look back 8 years at an incredible day in Daleville history. Until the next time, stay well, stay strong, stay in the fight against COVID-19. Don't give up. I'll see you later.